Hey there, everybody. How's it going? Hope you're having a great time out there. Everything's great right now. But I talked in my previous video about driving the car and about the clutch delay valve and stuff like that, and the fact that this clutch is I bought the car with 45,000 miles on it. It just has over 46 now. So that clutch, I crawled under and looked around the car when I was under there looking at some stuff, and just to see if the transmission had been pulled before and that factory clutch has been taken out. But I don't see any evidence that it has ever been separated. So I'm pretty sure it's still factory clutch at 45,000. What I did was I bought a access port 2 from EQT Tuning. Seems like a pretty popular, reputable tuning company for the GTI and Golf R platform. So I got it. I got there, and then along with their own Stage 1 93 octane tune. And they didn't have on their website like a low boost or high boost, so I guess you just get what you get with their tune. I'm assuming it's the higher boost, but I also, you get all the regular Cobb tunes, the 93 octane, 91 octane, all the stages and stuff. But for their Cobb tuning, you get the Stage 1 low boost and the high boost. And so I just gave it a shot right away. I went with the EQT tune, and holy balls. The clutch there's no chance for this clutch at all. Not even a chance. That's why I don't know how I've seen other people that are running even Stage 2, which is this is only Stage 1 I'm going to, and running it with the factory clutch. Maybe because it has less miles on it. I don't know, but... So I flashed the Stage 1 93 octane EQT tune, and I was getting onto an on-ramp. It was about second gear, mid to high RPMs. I floored it. I didn't even floor it. I got into it, about 50, 60, 70% throttle. It felt like it was slipping a little bit in second gear at the top of the gear. It didn't feel exactly right. But as soon as I threw it into third and gave it some boost, it immediately slipped. So it didn't even have a chance of running this tune. So that kind of sucks. And so then I figured, well, let's try like the tamest Cobb tune. And so I flashed their 93 octane Stage 1 low boost on. And it seems to hold that just barely. Like if I'm romping on it and going in between shifts hard, it slips a little bit and then grabs in each gear. So it's holding on to Stage 1 low boost, but barely at 45,000 miles. So... And if I want to put a downpipe in this thing and go Stage 2, I'm gonna have to get a clutch, and so that's what I did. I went on and ordered a clutch. It just kind of sucks because there's so many different ones to choose from for this car, and right in my here, I'll look in my rearview mirror. You can see where I got it from Modded Euros. Actually, they were really cool and sent me a little air freshener and some stickers and stuff with it. But that's where I got my clutch from. After looking through a bunch of people's posts, and a lot of high horsepower cars are running this clutch. It's a Southbend. I got it over here. It's a Southbend Stage 3 daily. So apparently it says the pedal feel is supposed to be 20 to 25%. I think they said a little firmer pedal feel in it. And then that also moves you to, well, it's bolted up right now, but that also gets rid of the dual mass flywheel and replaces it with this just single... just single one-piece flywheel. So you get the flywheel, you get this throw-out bearing, and then a couple spacers here, and your alignment tool, and your bolts here and stuff like that. But it is a pricey clutch. I mean, you spend a lot of money, but from what lots of people have said, they're all running it, high horsepower cars, and it's just, you get what you pay for with this one, and I don't want to mess around. I want to get this in and not worry about horsepower again. I mean, there's people running bigger turbos on them, E85 setups, more than I'll probably ever run in this car. So, but then at least I'm not running at it at its closest spec to what it's allowed all the time. I want there to be overhead and not to be stressing it. So that's what I got, and because I'm looking to go at least Stage 2, if not a little more than that. We'll see. But there's the clutch, and then when you do this, when you get in there, the rear main seal is kind of crap. So it's a really thin, rubbery design, one piece. It kind of sucks. Really not fun to put on. So a lot of people do this upgrade. I got this from ECS. This guy here, this rear main seal, and along with the installation tool, which pops onto the crank and then allows you to slide this. So that you slide the seal along this and pop it right onto the crank, and it stops the edge from folding over. So I also got some RTV here for it, because on the back side it's got the channels where you put in the RTV. So, and this is just a good quality design. It's a lot more rigid than the seal you get from Volkswagen. This is just a spring, a normal spring loaded seal, and that pops in with obviously the lip and the unappealing part towards the inside. And that's why when you put it on over the crank, you can't let this lip, you don't want that to catch anything, because when you're sliding on, you don't want it to fold over. That's how you get leaks. So that's why, I can't do it with one hand, but that's why they have this alignment tool, and you basically just use it and slide it. Actually goes the other way, but you get what I see. As you slide it, it prevents it from getting folded over. So, I mean, this is just a $10 tool from ECS, and why not get it? You know, if you're gonna you don't want to screw this up, spend the money for the nice rear main seal and then screw it up. So I got the nice rear main seal, the clutch kit here. The installation, it might suck. I mean, it doesn't look too difficult. I mean, basic Thar, you just pull everything off up here. Intake, pull that, battery, pull that, power, pull the battery cover, and then you disconnect shifter cables in there. Your starter's up front here. And then your slave cylinder, disconnect that right here. Then you're pretty much done up top. And then, you got to go to the wheel here, disconnect or drop the control arm, and then that'll give you a little more room. Disconnect the drive shaft, ploop. Go on the other side, disconnect the drive shaft, ploop, and then I'm not really sure how. I got to check a couple videos, but the rear drive shaft, you disconnect that, and then you unbolt the front transfer case and either take it out or string it up to the side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with that. I got this tool. I don't know if this will work. It may be a little bit big. There's some people have made some pretty neat tools on how to get in there, but you need this 6mm here, and you need a long skinny one because it goes inside that housing of the drive shaft, and there's a bolt in there that actually bolts it to the block of the engine, I think, I'm not sure where. I'll see when I get in there, but you need a long skinny tool. So this may be a little bit too thick. So if that's the case, I'll just get like a 6mm little bit driver and attach it to, I got a really long 1/4-inch ratchet extension, and I'll just do that, So got something for that. Anyway, I got some tie straps up there to zip or to tie strap the axles out of the way. It'll probably suck, but I don't think it's going to be that terrible. I got my makeshift kind of wooden engine thing. I'm not going to buy a nice metal one, that I'm going to use once or twice. So I just got a couple boards and some thick ones that I think will work great. I cut them to the length of the engine here, and it fits right over the top here. And then there's a little hook that I'll just wrap a ratchet strap around and click it up, and then just hold it in place when I disconnect this mount over here. You just got to have something, because it's still mounted over here. So it's going to stay in the car, but you just need to hold it where it's at. So, I think I got all the tools to do it. It's just going to be maybe a couple day job. But, once I'm done, the break-in, I'm not sure. I looked in the book for the Southbend. The break-in, it kind of sucks for this daily clutch. It's 500 to 550 miles, no launching it, and it says in the manual that you break it in by doing city-only driving, like highway doesn't count. So I don't commute that much to work. It's not that long for me. So this is going to kind of probably be a long break-in for me, because if highway driving doesn't count, and you have to go 5 to 550 miles on just stop-and-go traffic driving, yikes. So I'll see about that and see what the clutch pedal is. Right away, it's going to be stiffer than hell because it's just got to break in a little bit. So that'll be real fun. And then while I'm in there, I will probably because I'm going to be disconnecting the slave cylinder down here. There's a tube under the airbox. You'll be able to see it. Oh, no, you can't. But there's a tube under here with that control valve that limits the flow of the clutch pedal, which I was complaining about in my previous video, in which you can actually see the clutch slip in between gears because it starts to slip it because it doesn't like you pop in the clutch too quick. And this clutch is so worn out that I actually caught it on camera in my previous video, but when I was shifting between gears, it just wouldn't hook the gear because the clutch is so worn out. So that's what I'm going to be tackling this weekend. I'm going to give you updates as I get things done here, as I get all the top stuff down, bottom, what observations I'm making, stuff like that, just to give you an idea. I don't think this will be that hard, really. I mean, it's not gonna be fun. I'm gonna do it on jack stands. I got some ramps. I could ramp up the rear end, but I don't think I really need that because I just need to get the front up in the air. And then, once you get the transmission loose, I'm pretty sure you just got to cock it a little bit and then bloop, pull it down and out. So hopefully I'll be able to take care of that myself. I might need some help with a buddy or something, getting it back up and getting a bolt in. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be tackling it, and I will update you as I go. Hey there, everybody. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I got everything torn down here. It took a little while. It took probably 4 or 5 hours. I started a little bit last night with the basic things in the top of the engine bay here. Got the easy stuff out of the way first. That was just all these plastic panels and the intake work and stuff like that, and battery tray. And that intake tube I took out then I went to the starter, and I took the wheels off, and then the axle bolts came out, and then I took out the sensor for the ride control on the other side, and then I grabbed the main axle bolt right down here to pull out from the passenger side along with the drive shaft. Now the toughest part so far I saw with taking everything out is, these two heat shields that are right in there that go to the bevel box, and those are just a pain in the butt to get to. The bottom two, those were a pain in the butt, so I had to bend one a little bit to get to it. But so far, probably the thing that's been the most of the pain in the butt with doing this was I'm gonna blast the camera here. I'm gonna go back, is the bevel box there, and I just left it in there after I disconnected. Some people can sneak it through the bottom. I tried with the motor mounts disconnected to move it and drop it through. It didn't, so it just stayed there, so I'm fine with that. But the bottom two bolts that hold that to the transmission are easy, but the top two, I kind of got at them from up here on top, and then just stuck the socket and the extensions in, and then just got it from underneath after I set them in, because it was too hard to maneuver them through. So that was probably the most pain in the butt, was disconnecting that. And then the drive shaft bolts kind of sucked, but whatever. But yeah, and I got my cheap engine stand here, worked out well. Right now I'm down. I just got the rear main seal off. It wasn't leaking. It looked okay, nothing wrong with it down there. It looked fine, but I do have that aftermarket one I'm going to throw in. And then as far as the transmission here, a lot of clutch dust. It is built up, it is. This one got torched big time. And if you go over here to the flywheel, it is just absolute. Look at all the hot spotting on this thing. It's terrible. And the clutch disc itself, I don't know. There's some meat to it, but in some spots, like right there, it's getting close to the rivets, but there's the other, tons of hot spotting. This thing was toast. So it's good that we got it out, but yeah, taking it apart, not terrible, just the hard parts are underneath, just with getting to all those little bolts like the heat shields and the bevel box, and then they're all different size nuts, whether it would be triple square down there I have, or Allen's or Torx. they're all over the place, so you're constantly moving around. That's the pain. You're constantly moving around and getting new extensions and getting wobbles, and it's just a pain in the butt like that. But the transmission wasn't too heavy. I was starting to use a jack, but then it got in the way and it didn't work. So I just laid and I just laid down there, and I laid this way, and then had my feet sticking out here and just kind of wiggled it out. and then tilted it up, and bloop, it plopped down right onto my waist, and I was able to lower it down and then off to the side. So it came off pretty easy. I'm not sure how I'm going to get it on yet. If I'm going to need somebody's help for that, I'm not sure, but I'll let you know how that goes. But we got the Southbend over here, but first I'm going to throw in this rear main seal. Oh, and that tool that I was telling you that I got, I wasn't sure how it was going to work or if it would work. Right, so if you go down here, there's our rear main seal, and here's this thing. Here's this tool that I got for $11, and so you just put this over the top here, and it slides right on top like that, and then that allows you a little bit of a ramp to slide your seal in, boop, and it pops right on and it keeps it from folding over. So that's pretty cool for $10. You know, it stops you from folding that seal over. So that's probably what I'll be doing next, cleaning up a little bit and then getting that seal ready to go.